Welcome to PPR Podcast number 194. My name is Paul Rudy, but the star of this enterprise is to my right. He is the president of once again, you're like Donald Trump.
I'm like Billy Martin.
You've got yes. You're now once again until they can find somebody who can do a better job. That would be Bert Grossman. Bert, thank you so much. Bert, we have a make good. We had a young man we were going to do the podcast with, and I can't remember, we had a technical problem.
No, you messed up the schedule. They were shooting commercials or something.
That's right.
Sales.
So we've had to reschedule this young man, and he was kind enough to rejoin us, showing no ill will towards us. Me, particularly. Would you like to make the introductions, please?
I would. Brodie Stump, quarterback at the Kearny Comets. Brodie, how are you?
I'm doing great. How about y'all?
We are doing great, Brodie. Are you at school right now?
Yes, sir. I'm in school. I'm just in a room by myself right now. My counselor got this set up for me.
All right. Well, very cool. Are we getting you out of class?
Nah, we're on lunch right now.
All right. Well, then let's
missing lunch.
Let's keep it short and sweet. Brodie, man, back in the day when there was a wide receiver for the Minnesota Vikings, his name was Chris Carter, and one of the complaints against him was all he does is catch touchdown passes, which was kind of a backhanded compliment, I think. Well, all you do is throw touchdown passes. What's the magic of Brodie Stump?
I say it every interview that I get, anytime I get to speak to anybody. It's all my teammates on my O-line. It's all my receivers. I always say I just get the ball to them. They do everything for me. That's our whole offense.
Brodie, I think I saw you've been 3-time All-League, so you're going to be 4-time All-League. But tell me if this is true, because I want to know how this happens and how impressive this is. Have you been the captain like all 4 years? Like you were a captain freshman year?
Yeah, yes, sir.
How was a freshman a varsity captain?
I remember my 8th grade year. I came and I helped the team because my dad's the coach, and I got to know all the coaches, all the players, and I feel like just through summer ball, spring ball, I just earned their trust, and they wanted me as their captain.
Now let me tell you how impressive that is. I was All-American in high school. I wasn't even the captain. That's how bad a person I was.
Yeah, well, I work with you. I would have guessed that.
You're making me feel bad, Brodie. I'm like, I never even was captain. And the same thing at Pitt.
Well, because you're
selfish.
You're about yourself, yeah.
I know.
Brodie, you don't know the cross I carry. But talk about the magic of being a leader. Some of it comes with the position. I understand that. But, what Bert's right to point it out, because we used to take freshmen and hang them up by their jockstrap in their locker when I was an upperclassman. And the thought of having one as a captain,
it's crazy.
Are you kidding me? I mean, explain to me how you won over the older kids.
My dad told me, because he was in the military, you can't really just yell at people. You kind of have to be a servant leader. And I've tried teaching that to our captains and leaders in our program, like coming up. Even on JV, our JV quarterback, I'm telling him, always be a servant leader. And it starts with the little things, just like bringing out water, taking your friends out to eat, like paying for them, and just always being like there for them in open arms.
I didn't do any of that.
Yeah, you're the absolute. Can you expand on that? I want to follow up on the servant leader. That is God, I'm trying to think of who said when you're a leader, it's the example. People are watching what you do more than they are listening to what you say. I can't remember, some profound football mind said that, but that kind of sounds like what you're talking about. Your actions speak louder than your words, if I may paraphrase. Could you elaborate a little bit more on that?
So, just as a quarterback and a captain, like you guys said, for 4 years, it's kind of all eyes on me. So if I'm acting my best all the time in the classroom, outside of school, practicing and acting my best, I feel that has like so much more implications than just yelling at your teammates during practice. They learn from you, and they kind of try and like replicate you, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
You did like one of the craziest plays I think I've seen in high school football last year, and it kind of went under the radar. I don't think anybody saw it. You were getting like pressure in the pocket and sacked, and you did like Allen Iverson. You like changed the ball behind your back from like right to left and then took off. I don't think I've ever seen a quarterback do that, even Mahomes. Was that instinct, or did you play? Why were you switching the ball behind your back? And then you threw it for like a 50-yard gain.
That was in the moment. That was completely instinct. I remember because I actually got face masked on the play too. I remember it was against Clairemont. I spun out of it, and my eyes were closed. I spun out of it. I opened my eyes. I just see my lineman. I spin out of it, and I threw it to Quali, and he got that touchdown. But I actually remember this year, even in that game, I did it like 3 more times. And this year, my coaches hate it, but I've done it a couple of times. They tell me to stop, but I just can't stop doing it.
Well, how do you like?
Does
I've never seen that.
hold on. Does video of this play exist?
Yeah,
Did it make it on the PPR?
Yeah.
I saw it on PPR, so that would be yeah.
All right, great. So we'll talk
Clairemont
about
game last year.
All right, we'll use
It was
that.
Clairemont, right?
Yeah, it was against Clairemont last year.
And you've done that more than once?
Yeah, I think I did it again in that game, and I've done it like 4 or 5 times this season.
Oh, you do that in college, you're gonna be in
Oh,
trouble.
yeah, dude. Well, speaking of which, you bring up college. Brodie, you are an excellent player on a lower division team. And there are quarterbacks that we spend all time talking about that are good quarterbacks but don't have anywhere near your numbers, but they play in bigger leagues, but they get all the attention. I want you to speak to that. If you're a big fish in a smaller pond, how are we to measure talent when a person who might not have your numbers, but because they're playing at bigger schools and against better competition, they get all the ink? Have you ever been thought about maybe playing somewhere else? In this era of transferring, you can go anywhere you want to, it seems. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yes, sir. I've never had a doubt in my mind I would ever transfer. My whole thing is I'd rather like go to a smaller school like Kearny, it doesn't really matter the division for me. I want to make my legacy, and I'd rather make a team that went from nothing, make them something, than go to a really good team and, just keep them good, if that makes sense. And I kind of tell my teammates this all the time. If you have film, just put it on film and a coach will see it. For me, I do have the numbers. I have the film sometimes. So, just take over the game, even at a lower division. If you're taking over the game, coaches are going to see that.
So you don't have to name any names, but you led the county in passing yards last
Yes.
year and touchdowns.
Are you leading again, right? Right now?
You're leading.
Are you leading the county right now?
I don't know. I'm in a battle with, I think it's the Grossmont QB. Me and him are going head-to-head right now.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, he interrupted my question, but hold on.
All right, sorry.
So you don't have to name any names, but you come off your junior year, you lead the county in passing. I think you're 5th or 6th in California in passing and touchdowns. You're 6'4". There is a unofficial transfer portal in high school football. Were you ever contacted at all? Or they just said, this kid's been 4-year starter, he's not leaving?
Yeah, I've been contacted before. I'm not going to name names, not going to expose nobody. I've definitely been contacted before.
So that happens.
Yeah, it definitely does happen.
The fact that your dad is the coach.
And it still happens. It's crazy.
And it still let's face it, even if you wanted to transfer, it's not going to happen, right?
Yeah. My dad, he preaches just like culture, community, and I've learned that through this school. I've learned so much through this school. So, even if he told me I could, I wouldn't transfer.
Man.
All right. Well, I want to talk about your dad. What branch of the military is he retired now from the military?
Yes, sir. He retired a while ago. I think more than 5 years ago, but he was in the Navy.
So he's a Navy guy, Navy cat.
And grandfather too, right?
Yes, sir. My uncle, my grandfather, my dad, my dad's girlfriend. I know I'm blanking on some, but there's definitely a lot more.
All right. So, hey, before this interview's, before the day's over, before the afternoon's over, I want pictures of all of the military people in your life. Okay.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, because I want to talk about. Explain to me how the military culture and the football culture. There are a lot of military folks that go into coaching, and because it seems like the cultures mesh, the accountability, personal responsibility, things of that nature, things that maybe are getting lost in society today. I don't want to sound like an old.
You are. Go ahead.
But
get off my lawn.
But explain to me why that meshes so well, and maybe use your dad as an example.
Yeah. So we have 3 pillars of Kearny that we say: respect, accountability, and honesty, and those all really tie into the military. And so, just like respect. Obviously, respect those above you, respect those on the same level as you. No one on our team is below each other. I mean, except for the coaches, but even then, they try and be on our level as much as they can. And then honesty and accountability is like, I mean, it kind of speaks for itself. Being an honest person, we don't like lying on our team. We don't like putting people down on our team, and just being accountable as a leader. Like for our captains this year, we're all tasked with certain things to do at practice and game days. So instead of having just all the JV kids bring everything out, us as captains, we organize groups of varsity JV and anybody in our group to just like bring everything out. And that's just little accountability.
All right, let's just test. Let's see how well Bert was listening. What are the 3 pillars of success?
Money, women, and cars. No.
See?
I was listening to him. See, he organizes groups.
Respect is one.
Well, you know what? You ambushing me isn't respectful. Just say.
Accountability and honesty.
Things. Okay.
Man, I subscribe to that.
This is why I'm not captain. In one sentence, that's why I was never captain. All right, I got a question for Brodie.
Go ahead, shoot.
So, for lack of a better term, does it suck that you're obviously a Navy man, you have a 4.5, but the Naval Academy does not throw the ball? Is that like just terrible for you?
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking of applying to the Naval Academies just academically, but right now I'm just not sure if I want to join the military. I had a long talk with my dad, so I mean, whatever academy throws the ball, I'll go there, I guess. So.
Well, that would be the Air Force runs the Wishbone.
Yeah, the Army runs the Veer.
None of them.
No. What is your dream school then? If you could pick any school to go play quarterback.
All the way, San Diego State.
Really?
I've been a San Diego State fan since I was just a little kid. I mean, I wasn't even born in this country, but San Diego is my home. So, like, I had a coach, Coach Parker. He was my youth coach. He'd always take us on like visits. This was in flag football. He'd take us on visits, and just like bring us around the team. He'd give us games, like game tickets. We'd be on the field, and I mean, since then, I just really loved it. I love their culture, what their new coaches are bringing in. SDSU's always been my dream school, and I just want to go there.
Where were you born?
I was born in Spain.
Oh. And when did you come over here?
Military.
No, I said when.
Oh.
How old were you?
I was like 3. I don't really remember anything in Spain.
You speak Spanish? No?
Yeah.
Nah, my girlfriend speaks Spanish. She's been trying to teach me for like 2 years, but I just can't learn.
Brodie, I flunked it twice in high school. I flunked Introduction to Spanish twice.
Me llamo Paul.
The teacher just said, you know what?
Let it go.
They said I had a lazy tongue. No, really, I was cursed. So, like, walk on, I mean, or how does one, you know, I hear so many stories now about kids who don't wait to be recruited. They recruit the school. I mean, how hard can you knock on Sean Lewis's door, or is, I mean, you have the dimensions, you stand tall in the pocket, right? Yes, sir.
I mean, right now I had a talk with, it was the same coach that was my youth coach. He gave me the preferred walk-on opportunity. So I want to get enrolled and get started there as early as possible. I want to play spring ball. But honestly, like, whatever it takes, that's my mentality. Like, I don't need a scholarship. Like, with my dad's benefits for being in the military, I could go to school tuition free. All I need is one shot, and I'll bet on myself 1,000,000 times.
What a story that would be.
Yeah. So wait, you already decided you're going to go to San Diego State, right? And walk on?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Well, congratulations. And you know what? You're an easy cat to root for, and it will be rooting for you. So we will play this soundbite over and over again. If somehow you find your way into a game, I will play this ad nauseum, young man. So,
yeah,
you know, because you're talking to a guy who got 100 D1 offers.
Now look at me. It's terrible.
And look how morally bankrupt he is.
Exactly. It was different times, Paul. Different times.
Yes.
Very different. I had no NIL money.
All right, so when you get to state, football is obviously a passion, but what is your academic passion?
I'm stuck between 2 choices right now. My dad really wants me to get into business, and I've always just wanted to help people. So the nurse anesthetist, that path would really interest me, especially because I make a lot of money. But mostly because I get to help people.
Hold up, wait for the bell.
Oh, yeah.
So you want to be an anesthesiologist? Is that what you said?
Yeah, but not the full one, just the nurse version, so I don't got to go to school for like 13 years.
Wow. Nice.
Take the shortcut to the money, huh?
Hey, so yeah, you sound like me now. Come on. Hey, so I saw you got invited to the Tiki Bowl. Are you gonna play in that, or you haven't decided yet?
It all just depends, you know. I would love to play in it. I think that's an awesome opportunity, but I also got invited to the All-Star game here, so I don't know if I should go represent out there or go represent here. I'm still thinking about all that.
Because when Paul and I were growing up, remember Hawaii? When you watch Hawaii on like the Brady Bunch special,
yeah.
When they go there, Sanford and Son went to Hawaii. That was like a dream. I couldn't imagine. Now it's just like
Greg Brady was surfing and he was wearing
that tiki thing they found.
Yeah, and almost killed him. And Marsha was in her. Oh, never mind.
Sorry. And Lamont, remember Lamont? Sanford and Son got ripped off. These are old shows, Brady.
Yeah,
you wouldn't know. Your dad would.
He's probably thinking, "Boy, I'm missing lunch for this."
But the point is, we would have died to go to Hawaii. I mean, that was like the most exotic place in the world.
We would not be on the fence about going, bro.
Yeah, we didn't have the money to go, so it wouldn't have mattered. But we would have went. We were invited.
Young man, could you talk about? You cannot swing a dead cat, and I'm going to get in trouble for saying that, but it's an old phrase. You can't swing a cat without hitting a good quarterback in this county. Why are there so many good quarterbacks? And who did you study under? Who is your guru? And what are the swing thoughts in your head as you get behind center? Are you guys strictly in the shotgun the whole time?
Yeah, we're in the shotgun. I'm not going to give away too many of the plays, but we got some under center we got cooking up right now.
But who has been your guru as far as developing your game?
Developing my game. So I work with a program called Locked In QB. It's Coach Austin, Coach KJ, and I mean they teach so much more than just throwing a football. I mean, I changed my whole mechanics. I have less elbow pain, less shoulder pain, all that. It's so much easier to throw a football, but it's not even that. Like that's all the easy stuff. It's mostly like mental, like getting over insecurities, like how to read a defense, all that stuff. So definitely Locked In QB. They're the best QB coaches out there.
All right, so you gave them a plug. That should get you a shirt. Wow. But all right, do you guys even huddle, or do you just go line of scrimmage? Uh-oh, he locked up. Oh no, Brodie, you're locked up.
You froze, and it's a bad look.
Oh, there we go. There you go. You're back. All right.
The coaches didn't like that. They tried taking my internet down.
All right. So Brodie, do you guys huddle?
No, we don't huddle. I mean, we'll huddle like beginning of the drive, and that's it.
All right. All right. So the play's over. Walk me through everything that's going through your mind. Is everybody looking to the sideline to see the play call, or just you?
Yeah. After a play, sprint up to the line. We all look at the sideline, and then I say protections, snap count, if we have a slide or not to the O-line. So everyone but the O-line looks at the sideline for the play. But we all sprint up, even O-line. We all sprint up to the ball after the play.
All right, so you get up and you're making the snap. You're telling everybody what the snap count is, even with the defense listening? How does that work?
We got our code names. We got our colors, all that.
Okay. Well, I want him to teach me something. All right, so you get up, you call the protection, you call which way you're moving the linemen. You're using code names to make the snap count. Now take me through what a quarterback is thinking about as he makes the pre-snap read. Walk me through it.
Yeah, so the plays at this point in the season are just muscle memory. Like if they call a play, I already know what's there. But then I have a system that I learned from the same QB coaches called the tandem system. It's just basically like, how do I explain it? You just break each section of the field into like different sections in a way, and each player tells what the other player is going to do, and eventually you get through the entire process. So I start in the boundary, or if we're in the middle of the field, I always start left to right, and I go from the boundary corner to the safety to the linebacker. The D-line, I mean, it doesn't matter, but I'm not really paying attention to the D-line unless they shift. Then you can go on to the other side of the field, and it just tells you what the defense is going to do.
That sounds hard.
No, I'll tell you what's hard. Let me see if you agree with this. So we went to the Cathedral game. I'm watching Brady Palmer. Brady's been 2 years in the shotgun, spread, see the whole field. Now he's under center, and you could tell it's a whole different deal, and you have to adjust to it. I mean, do you agree with that?
In my opinion, I think under center is a lot easier.
Really?
Yeah, it's a different perspective, but I feel like.
But you never go under center. How would you know?
I played under center in Pee Wee's.
No, you compare Pee Wee.
Yeah, that's not really a big
Come on.
But I mean, I feel like it would be easier just because you're like, you're closer to the field. You know what I mean?
You feel like it. From my experience at 12U.
All right. Tell us about your family. We'll get you out of here in a couple minutes. Tell us about your family real quick.
So my family, I got my mom. My parents are divorced. They've been divorced since I was young. But I got my mom and her fiance. I got my brother. He always lives with my mom. And then on my dad's side, I got my dad, his girlfriend, and they just got a new dog. So that's my family here in San Diego. All my other family lives in the East Coast, like Ohio or Midwest, like Ohio. Got family down south in like Tennessee, Mississippi, just all over the place.
All right, one last question I got from him.
Sure.
All right, besides you, Brodie, who's your favorite high school quarterback this year besides you?
Besides me, dang, that's a hard question.
I know there's a lot of them. We go through this hard pick every week.
Who do you think's the best quarterback in the county? Besides, you can't name yourself. Who would you draft first on your fantasy team?
Draft first on my fantasy team.
Come on, you know it. You won't hurt any feelings. Say it.
I'm trying to think. There's a lot of good options. You got Achilles Smith at Lincoln. Then you got Brady Palmer at Cathedral. And then you got
Troy Hune, Quinn Roth. Got Donovan over Grossman. You got a bunch of.
Yeah, the kid from La Costa Canyon. He's doing nice things. I watched his film. He's tough.
Quinn Roth? All right, you're picking Quinn.
Yeah, Quinn Roth.
All right.
And there's another kid that's, while the other kids are all because they stand so tall and, they're your height, they're getting offers, and Quinn's maybe not as, but he can spin it.
Yeah, I like Quinn.
And throw it into a tight spot and with good results. All right, last question of the day. Best advice. Who gave it to you?
Best advice? My dad for sure.
And what is it?
He told me, he always tells me like, nobody cares, just keep working. So I kind of took that into my game. Like, I try not to trash talk at all. I just try to be all about like business all the time, strictly business. Like I don't really mind that I don't have the offers. Just keep working. Eventually, someone's giving me a shot.
San Diego State.
And we did this whole interview without mentioning the fact that maybe has the best head of hair in the county.
Mm-hmm. I know Quinn's up there too. That's probably why I picked Quinn.
All right.
Off.
Do you want to give as we say goodbye? Do you want to give a shout out to your stylist?
Yeah, my stylist. It's my girlfriend. I used to have really frizzy hair, but she put me on all the products. She does my hair every there and then.
I mean, you have to go one helmet size up, don't you?
You should see it after games. My forehead right here, I have like this huge red line. I could show a picture if I could find one.
Please do.
I don't know if I got one. Zoom it off. Okay, here. This is one thing. If you like any articles or anything, please don't use this picture right here. I don't know what it is. I've sent in so many headshots to all these different news places, and they always use that picture. And I don't know how they found it.
Let's use it.
No, we got to use it for the. Come on, we got to use it.
If you would have brought it up,
yeah, you would have brought it up if we can't use it. I want to use this clip because what are the secrets to a good head of hair in your view?
Just grow it out. Grow it out as long as it can go. That's how you get a good head of hair.
Brodie,
thank you, Brodie.
I want to apologize for messing you up the last time. You're a kind man to give us a second shot at it. We appreciate it. Just know that you're on our watch list for us.
You want to get the pictures too?
I need that picture, and I need pictures of you and your dad, please.
Got you.
And then
I'll get the behind the back play for you.
You're going to get the behind the back play. Brodie, podcast number 194 has concluded. We made it to the 25-minute mark. You are a delight, and I wish you nothing but success. And know that you're going to be invited to the gala, and we want to see you there. Okay?
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, bro.
PPR podcast 194 is over, everybody.